Hey, what's up? My name is Brian Henderson. I'm a tenured professor both in the College for Teaching and Learning Innovation and also in the Department of Physics. And so my science background is in physics and astronomy, but I've also been studying for the last 2 decades the human brain and how people learn, and even more specifically, how people learn in science contexts, given my background in science. And so some of the research-based ideas I've learned about how people learn science have been incorporated into this course. Now, this course is General Physics 2. And so General Physics 2 covers phenomena of electricity and magnetism, sometimes called electromagnetism. And just like General Physics 1, a lot of these ideas are ideas that build off of other ideas. And so this is not a course where you can just cram at the last moment. I believe it is my obligation to support you in moving at a gradual pace where you work through the ideas that build off of previous ideas. And so that being said, I also believe that you need to be flexible with people's schedules, because we all have a lot of other things going on in our lives besides this course. But I really do want to emphasize, like, for instance, if we're going to talk about electricity and how you can wire up an electric circuit to power different attached devices in different ways, you don't just jump right into that. You have to understand, well, what is current? And to understand what current is, you have to understand what a charge is. You have to understand the Coulomb forces between charges. When we get to phenomena like optics and light, we first need to understand the electromagnetic properties of an electromagnetic wave. And so these ideas are ideas that really build off of each other. And so we can't just wait to the last minute. We have to gradually build on top of these ideas. And so here's how I'm going to try to support you in doing that gradual building, but at the same time be respectful for our unique schedules. So you're going to find that there are going to be multiple unit tests. Those unit tests are designed to prepare you for a comprehensive final exam. And so I am going to hold you all to the standard of being prepared to do well on each unit test by the time that unit test availability closes. So you're going to find that each unit test has a window of availability. And so there's going to be assignments that are due prior to when that unit test closes. And that's by design, because those assignments are designed to prepare you to do well on the unit test. So you're going to find that there are assignments that have suggested deadlines in their titles. And so it's suggested to move you at that gradual pace that I keep talking about. But at the same time, I've built into the system the ability to turn those assignments in at a later time and not be penalized for late work. But here's the thing, because I'm holding you to a standard of doing well on each of those unit tests, then that means that I'm only going to make the assignments available until the exam window for the unit test closes, okay? So the general rule of thumb is that if you got an assignment, you see there's a suggested deadline, but for whatever reason you can't make the suggested deadline, no worries. You still have time, but you need to get that assignment done before the next unit test closes, because the whole point of that assignment is to prepare you to do well on that unit test. And that unit test is designed to prepare you well to do better on the final exam. So you need to find a way. You have flexibility in which way you choose, but you need to find a way to be prepared for each of these unit tests in preparation for the comprehensive final exam. Now, in addition to flexible deadlines, you're also going to find that there are numerous opportunities to drop low scores in this course. You're also going to find that the grading scheme, so what percentage equates to which grade at the end of the course, you're going to find that's also been designed to put students in a position for success. On top of that, there's going to be extra credit opportunities. These extra credit opportunities are going to be due in the first week of the course because they're designed to incentivize you getting familiar with the course information early. That's also going to put you in a position for success. So for instance, there's an extra credit opportunity that requires you to look over the syllabus in detail. There's also an extra credit opportunity that requires you to do an HonorLock practice quiz. Now, HonorLock is the interface when you take tests in this class, you're going to be proctored. And so that can be a very odd environment for some people taking it the first time. And so the idea is to do a practice test so you're at least familiar with that environment, so that you're not as overwhelmed when you have to start taking tests for this course. But here's the thing, we need to do this early to be successful in a course that flies by. And so you have a week to do these extra credit opportunities, but after that week is over, those extra credit opportunities will no longer be available. Okay, so it's extra credit, but please don't ask for extra credit, i.e. an extension on already having a week to get ahead on the course, because after a week is over, you're not really getting ahead anymore. There you're also going to find at the end of the course there's an opportunity to get extra credit for submitting a course evaluation. So with respect to all of these different safeguards that have been built into the course to help you navigate your unique circumstances and to help mitigate for unforeseen circumstances, I want you to think of drop scores and flexible deadlines and extra credit and an adjusted grading scheme. I want you to think of all of that as a rainy day fund. In other words, there might be some unforeseen circumstance down the road that's going to take up a lot of time, and these abilities to drop low scores, for example, are going to allow you to get through that. So use it for a rainy day. Spend it wisely. Don't spend it early in the course on not participating as much as you need to participate to succeed. Because what I've seen sometimes is that students will see all these opportunities to drop low scores, for example, and they'll kind of use that as an excuse to not participate as much as they need to be successful. And then what happens is that an unforeseen circumstances does arise. And so then the student is like, I need help. Can you please give me such and such special request? And they get upset if I tell them no, because I've actually already given them those special requests before they even asked for them. So please spend wisely with these provisions that are in place. They're meant to allow you to mitigate for unforeseen circumstances. They're not meant to incentivize for low class participation. Now, that being said, if all of the opportunities to drop low scores, if flexible deadlines, if extra credit, and if a favorable course grading scheme are still not enough to allow you to be as successful as you'd like to be in this course, please approach me for a compassionate withdrawal. That will allow us to petition the university to drop the course without it showing up on your transcript because the circumstances in your life at the time just didn't allow you to be successful in this course. Also, this is a course that has interactive activities, i.e. you have to interact with your peers. And so I don't grant incompletes for this course because an incomplete means you would leave the course and then come back at a later time. But when you do, there's no longer the students to interact with. And so I very much believe the interaction is an important part of learning. And so this course promotes interaction. And so I am not going to grant incompletes. So please take a look at all the moving parts of this course. Again, this course flies by. So it's so important that you have an early sense of all the different things that are required to be successful in this course. But as you're looking around, I hope you also realize that this class is set up very much to put you in a position to be successful. And so with that, I very much hope each and every one of you is incredibly successful in this course. Let's get started.